Hey, good morning. I don't know if most of you know, but I recently became a grandfather. Got a beautiful grandson. His name's Jack. So I started looking into baby formulas. And guys, you're going to be shocked at this. All of them, they are attacking the children. They're putting heavy metals in all of them. There's no good ones. I'm going to share this short video with you guys, and we will be doing a live stream on the poisons in baby formula. I don't know if the whole live stream will be about that, but we're definitely going to cover it. Like I said, I have a new grandson, and I had no idea that there's not just some of the baby formulas that have heavy metals, but all of them. And these children nowadays are getting sick. These metals are affecting the development of the baby's brain. It's even killing some of them. They have lawsuits all over the place with these baby formulas. But you guys check this out, and hope to see you guys Sunday.
Hey guys, Zen Honeycutt here of Moms Across America, and we have released the results today of the toxic metals testing for baby formula. We tested 20 brands and 2 samples of each, so 40 samples. This was initiated by GMOscience.org. Dr. Michelle Perro, she's a 43-year veteran pediatrician who is pretty much fed up at seeing how sick children are. She's written a book called What's Making Our Children Sick, and she has a book coming out called Making Our Children Well pretty soon. It's coming out soon. And Moms Across America partnered with her and with also New MD's Dr. Stephanie Seneff, who has been studying aluminum and glyphosate for years. And we were very dismayed by the results. We had hoped at least some of them, perhaps maybe the organic ones or the goat milk formulas, would not have toxic heavy metals, but we were wrong. All of them, 100% of the 40 samples, tested positive for toxic aluminum and lead, all of them. 80% of the samples had lead levels that were higher than what the EPA allows in drinking water. This is very disturbing. Lead is super toxic and harmful for brain development. At 41,000 parts per billion of aluminum in one of the goat's milk baby formulas, that level was 4,000 to 40,000 times higher than the other heavy metals that were found in the in baby formulas. And that level, when consumed on a daily basis at a normal rate, the way babies normally do, will exceed what the FDA allows in drinking water or for consumption of aluminum for a preemie baby. So these babies are getting toxic levels of aluminum in this goat's milk baby formula. It's called Cabrita. The highest aluminum levels detected was 200 times higher than what the EPA allows in drinking water. That's in that goat's milk formula. The 57% of the samples tested positive for arsenic, 55% for mercury, and 35% for cadmium. Levels of mercury in 4 of the samples were detected above the amounts allowed by the FDA in drinking water. That's 10%. And levels of cadmium in both samples of one formula were nearly twice the level allowed in drinking water. So cadmium can cause cancer. Mercury is very toxic as well, can cause all kinds of sicknesses. 6 of the 20 formulas were positive for all 5 toxic metals in both samples.
We have with us Dr. Kate Shanahan. How you doing?
Hi, David. I'm doing really good. Thank you so much for having me back on your show. It's always lovely to speak with you. And the reason I want to talk about infant formula is because even though we use it all the time, it's more than half of all babies now get infant formula. And we have this idea that it's because our pediatricians recommend it, and dietitians and nutritionists actually recommend these powdered, dehydrated infant formulas. We don't really think of, are they processed food? But in fact, they are. They are processed food. They are actually the top 3 ingredients in infant formula are each ultra processed, including seed oils. The only fat in infant formula is seed oils. They don't use cow's milk fat or dairy fat or any kind of animal fat, or really any kind of fat that is appropriate for infants. They use seed oils. And they also use 2 other major categories of ultra-processed food: the sugars, the refined sugars, and protein powders. And together, these 3 ingredients are like the triumvirate of the trifecta of ultra-processed food. And I keep repeating that phrase, ultra-processed food, because everyone accepts now that a diet of ultra-processed food is the reason that people end up with health problems. And everyone accepts that we really need to keep people away from ultra-processed food. But guess what? They've done a really lousy job of defining what are the ingredients in ultra-processed food. They make it a lot more complicated than I just did. It's really these 3 ingredients. But when you look up, if you go to another website and find out, like, what is ultra-processed food, they'll give you, like, these 4 different categories of processing, and they don't make any intuitive sense, and they don't really key into what you really need to avoid, which is very simple. It's just these 3 ingredients. But guess what? These 3 ingredients are the top 3 ingredients. It's what infant formula is made out of. And not just are they the top 3, it's actually 98%. There's only 2% of stuff that isn't these 3 kinds of ingredients, which are a refined seed oil, a refined sugar, and a refined protein powder. The rest of all the stuff that they claim makes infant formula so advanced compared to anything you could do at home is 2%. And most of that 2% is really just what you would get in an ordinary infant multivitamin and multimineral. So there's really it's really a processed food that pediatricians and nutritionists are pushing on mothers and scaring them from making their own infant formula because it's easier. I mean, it's easier to make processed food, but no one really thinks about the infant formula as a processed food. But I'm telling you, it is. It is
Right.
the definition of processed food because the top 3 ingredients are ultra processed. There's almost nothing else in there. It's really shameful that no one's pointed this out before during this crisis, and encourage moms to find ways to make nutritious formula at home. And I've put up several recipes on my website. Hopefully we'll be able to direct people to that.